I know Nam Joo-hyuk as the rom-com guy and I love all his rom-coms. Mga favorite namin ng daughter ko since Weightlifting Fairy. As in, laging ganun ko siya kilala. So, honestly, when we were talking about East Palace, akala ko lang, okay, Saguk. Parang ganun. Akala ko parang My Dearest.
Sobrang layo.
Tapos yung opening scene, multo kagad.
Correct.
Sabi ko, bakit ganito?
Bakit ba ako umuo dito?
Ano nangyayari? Akala ko kikiligin lang ako. So I was pleasantly surprised because alam mo namang may depth siya as an actor.
Yeah.
Kasi malalim din naman yung mga ginawa niya. Like there with 25-21, even with Startup. Dito lang in full display.
One, two, sarang!
Hey!
Annyeong! This is Monica.
Hello, my name is Pia.
What's up, everyone? This is Trency, and welcome to another episode of One, Two, Sarang! Woohoo! And we are here once again at Q Studios. Raise the roof! Raise the roof here at Q Studios. Kasama namin muli si Hannah at ang aming new PD name, si Leonidas. Leonidas. Leods. Shortcut ng Leonidas. Ayun. So we're back here at Q Studios, our home here in Makati for the meantime, and we are so glad to be here once again, enjoying their studios. And,
Yes.
But nandito tayo, of course, because we are going to be talking about a wonderful K-drama
Yes.
that has sent shivers down our spines. Pero bago natin simulan yon, gusto kong tanungin muna ang girls at kayo mga sarang base na nanonood out there, kung magiging Pinoy spiritual being kayo, ano yon? Ooh! Oh!
Ako, basic lang.
Wow, okay.
Kasi as a Taurus,
Okay.
I don't forget my anger. Yung mga galit. Alam mo yun, like, I don't forgive.
Oo.
I forgive.
Nakakatakot.
You don't forgive and you don't
Diba
forget.
mga Taurus ganun? Parang hindi
Correct.
nakakalimot kung na-wrong ka.
Correct.
Parang
Oo. Oo.
with that, I'm going to be a multo.
A multo.
Ah,
Like,
a
I'll stick
basic
around.
multo.
Oh, a basic multo. Sabi ko diba basic?
Basic multo
Oo.
lang.
Pero may grudge.
Hindi pa na-upgrade. So, kumbaga kung chessboard to, pawn. A pawn multo.
Pawn lang.
A grand multo ka.
Feeling ko, can I be a horse? Like in the chess.
Okay.
A knight pala.
A
A
knight.
knight. So, in that regard, parang sa Harry Potter, yung nakasakay sa kabayo. O yun.
Oo, yun.
Okay.
Just because the horse can like jump over the other pieces,
Okay.
I think that would be fun as a ghost.
I
Alam mo
love
yun?
how we're just combining
Tsaka parang
spiritual
Hindi
stuff.
ba yung ghost naman talaga parang hindi naman siya bound by gravity?
Hindi, pero bound siya by its location.
Yeah.
Hindi ka pwedeng
Kasi I'm holding a
lumabas.
grudge.
Oo. So, you're holding a grudge in a specific place. Okay.
So by being a knight, I can hold different grudges.
Nag-house
to house ako.
Door to door. O, ikaw, Pia, anong sa'yo?
Gusto ko maging sirena.
Sirena.
Wala lang, para nasa tubig. Tapos,
Bagay sa ano mo?
Ako'y isang sirena.
Okay.
Yan.
Pretty, ganun tayo.
Mm-mm.
Siguro ako, kasi I want to go places. Literal. So, I will be yung white lady sa may Balete Drive.
Oo.
Di ba kasi minsan nakikisakay siya?
Oo.
So, yun. Tsaka, I like people.
Pero parang yung sakay niya, parang kanto to kanto lang.
Oo nga
Hindi siya
eh.
lumalabas. hanggang sa may simbahan lang sa may Mount Carmel. Hanggang dun lang.
Ay, kaya nga dadagdag ko na, because I also like people.
So,
So, para lang, di ba? Kasi
May
hindi lang
interaction.
mag-isa. The interaction, di ba? So, may kisakay ako. Uy, kumusta naman kayo dyan? Kahit,
parang nakakarinig ka ng kwento.
oo nga, chismosa pala.
Oo.
Chismosa ang babae sa Balete Drive.
Okay yun.
So, bakit namin pinupag-usapan ng mga spiritual beings, no? Because this K-drama that we're gonna be talking about today is a much-awaited show coming from Netflix, and it is called The East Palace. Woo! And of course, ito ang vehicle ng pagbabalik ng ating pinakamamahal na si Nam Joo-hyuk na galing military. Oo, minunto lang niya tayo sa ating mga panaginip nung siya ay wala. Hi, pero ito, we're glad that he's back. Ayun. So what are we gonna be talking about today, of course? Ito isa tong Welcome Back Nam Juyuk episode. So we're talking about our feelings about his return. We'll be talking about the East Palace, of course, the show, and how it's described as an ambitious drama.
Yes.
Oo. And which aspects of the show lived up to that ambition. Kasi sobrang bongga niya, di ba? Trailer pa lang, sabi ni Mon, parang bongga ng trailer.
Yeah, but
I feel
have
scary
thoughts on
about it.
that. Yeah,
Oo,
yeah.
yan. Lalapag ni Mon ang thoughts niya later. And lastly, it's a show that's largely grounded on cultural facts, Korean cultural ideas. So maglalapag lang ako ng mga konting mga cultural facts about the show and we're just gonna react to it and hopefully be able to share some extra knowledge with you guys. Diba? Okay, but before we get into our conversation, our deep conversation, syempre pag-uusapan natin little fun facts about the show for those people who haven't seen it yet. So sa mga Sarang Base out there na nakapanood na nito, great, join us in this conversation. Sobrang you're gonna be enjoying it. But for those who are interested in learning about the show, warning lang, this is a spoiler-free episode. So marami kaming ilalabas na mga facts or mga napanood namin sa show. So kung ayaw nyo muna mapakinggan, alis muna kayo, pero balikan nyo kami. Katulad ng pagbabalik ni Nam Juyuk sa aming mga buhay.
Correct.
Okay.
With longer hair.
Okay, so what is this show about? In a fictional Joseon era period, haunted by strange and terrifying events, the king secretly summons Guchon, Nam Juyuk, who is a ghost slayer. Alam mo, ghost slayer pala siya. Akala ko talaga parang ano lang siya, taong kalsada. Ganun yung vibe niya eh.
Akala ko parang ano lang siya, exorcist. Ganon,
Exorcist.
parang, kasi galing siya sa mga monk, di ba?
Yeah,
parang
yeah,
ganon.
yeah.
So nabasa ko yun, ghost slayer.
Ghost slayer pala siya. Ayun. Who can transform into a spirit and traverse the spectral realm. And he is partnered with Sengang, a court lady, also the princess, cursed with the ability to hear and communicate with the dead. Tasked with investigating a sinister force lurking within the Crown Prince's East Palace, they venture deeper into a world where the living and dead intertwine. O, diba? They must confront vengeful spirits, dark conspiracies, and unimaginable evil that threatens the palace from within. Ooh! Dapat pala pinatay natin yung mga ilaw para mas scary.
Or nagpa-flicker.
Nag-flicker! Okay. Okay, it aired nung July 17, 2026, so pretty recently lang. It has 8 episodes, and as I've mentioned earlier, it is from Netflix. So, makikita pa natin siya sa Netflix actually, until now. It's directed by Choi Jung-kyu and written by Kwon Sora and Se Jae-won. If you're familiar with Bulgasal, The Guest, and Entourage, these two writers were the head writers for that as well. So if you're fans of that, diba? Matagal na, oo. So if you're fans of those shows, ayun, so you'll probably like the show as well. Okay, let's go to the cast. Real quick lang. Nam Juyuk, of course, leads the cast. He is Guchon. We have seen him in 25-21. We also have an episode about 2025. We also have an episode on 25-21 where we cried our hearts out.
Season 1.
Season 1. Grabe. Watch that, guys. Okay. And he's also at Startup and Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-chu. Our leading lady who plays Sengang is Ro Yun-so. Grabe. Nakita natin tong girl na to na lumaki on camera. Because the first time we watched her was in Crash Course in Romance, but she debuted actually in Our Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, this guy is my favorite. Cho Sung-woo, he plays the King Ju-sang. Sobrang love this guy. Excited to have seen him in this show. He was in Stranger, Divorce Attorney Shin, and Sisyphus. And a fabulous queen mother, si Jang Young-nam. You can see her in Our Unwritten Soul, Love Next Door, The Heavenly Idol, Crash Course in Romance, and many, many more. Marami.
It's okay not to be okay.
It's okay not to
She's
be
the main
okay.
villain there as well.
Grabe, sobrang an epic action.
The mata-mata.
The mata-mata.
Mata-mata says villain. Alam mo yun?
Correct. Oo, na may depth.
Yeah.
Hindi lang,
Oo.
sobrang flat. And of course, ang isa sa mga mag-i-enlist this August, Cry. Ang nagplay ng Crown Prince Seja, si Kwak Tong yun.
Our favorite.
Ang favorite, ang knife-wielding
Yeah.
K-drama actor natin. We've seen him in Queen of Tears, Our Beloved Summer, Vincenzo, It's Okay Not to Be Okay as well, and we've seen him also in Rented in Finland. Meron din kaming episode on Rented in Finland.
And Queen of Tears.
And Queen of
with
Tears.
Yael Yuzon.
And Our Beloved Summer. Meron din yun. Kompletong-kompleto.
Ang dami na pala.
Ang dami na niya. Actually, titignan ko nga yung list niya of like shows and films. Busy si sir.
Yeah.
As in,
My God.
he's like everywhere.
It was like in the first batch of I Live Alone. Estudyante pa siya nun.
Estudyante pa siya
Oo,
doon.
nakakaloka.
Bakit siya nandun sa I Live Alone?
Kasi actor na rin siya.
Okay. In fairness, ganun siya kalaki. And sobrang minor role lang siya. Pero parang kailangan lang ma-mention. Because we talked about him in our previous episode on Kitchen Soldier. Our favorite, si Lee Hong-nae.
Mm-hmm.
He plays the shaman here, si Park Soo. Okay. Quick accolades about this show. So when it was released, it hit #1 in Netflix Korea. It hit #2 on Netflix's global top 10 non-English chart and top 10 in 27 countries, including here in the Philippines. So sobrang bigating show talaga na to. So let's get on to the topic for today. Unahin na natin ang pagbabalik kay Nam Joo-hyuk. Welcome back natin siya at congratulate natin. Chukamnida, Nam Joo-hyuk! Chukae! Yes, we miss you. We miss you so much.
Yeah.
Ano mga thoughts mo ngayon na nakita mo siya at nagbalik na siya sa ating mga piling?
Honestly, the entire time, I was just so confused.
Why?
Especially pag naka-long hair siya.
Oo.
Kasi ang nakikita ko lang si Subin.
Gets.
Of TXT. So, kinikilig ako. Yeah, alam
Ni
ko
si
yung
Yuno.
trio na yon. Si Yuno, si Subin, tsaka si Nam Joo-hyuk magkakamuka or may familiar vibes. Pero kung, honestly, before naisip ko nga si Subin, mas nakita ko, lalo na yung first episode, I think. Tapos mata-mata lang. Parang similar din pala features nila ni Hongjung. Like, I don't
Nam
know.
Joo-hyuk?
Nam Joo-hyuk. I'm not kidding. Parang basta nakita ko si Hongjung, like, you know how you can kinda tell, like, the kind of, like, you can kinda compartmentalize, like, the kind of face that all the celebrities and idols have. Ayun lang, parang I was so confused kasi parang nakikita ko talaga si Subin, lalo na pag ano siya, pag nandun siya sa other world, so yung long hair. Tapos, wala, ang cute lang. Kinikilig ako.
Kinikilig ka dahil kay Nam Joo-hyuk or kinikilig ka dahil Subin?
Kasi,
I'm so sorry,
na-realize
Nam
ko.
Joo-hyuk. Bumalik ka para lang kiligin si Monica kay Subin. Not because of you. I'm so sorry.
Pero nakakatuwa din na every time that he switches to the other world niya, like he feels like a completely different person.
Yes.
Parang may may switch siya. And I guess sobrang nakakatuwa din to see him in this kind of show because range-wise, at least, he ticked that. Alam mo yun? Kasi we're used to him as like the medyo, at least in 25, 21, the composed leading man. Alam mo yun?
Oo.
Ito being period, fantasy, and action-packed. Like, ang daming mga parang, nakakatuwa naman. And parang, thank God he waited. Kasi ang tagal na niyang na discharge. And a lot of people, hindi naman lahat ng celebrities, like the actors, the moment they get discharged, they get projects agad. Pero parang si Nam Joo-hyuk, extra tagal. Alam mo yun? So parang you know that something was up. And we had no idea. Well, I didn't hear kasi na may project siya na ganito. So when they did the sizzle of Netflix at the beginning of the year, and I saw that Nam Joo-hyuk was headline, parang one of, it's in the latter part of the year na kasi, so I guess it's one of the bigger Netflix titles. Oh my God, exciting. Na parang, I'm glad that
He took his time.
Yeah, and that this came to his lap. Like the script, the project, like came to him.
Parang he said nga in one interview na parang military pa lang siya na kinuha na niya tong project na to. Oo. So talagang when you said nga na matagal talaga siyang pinag-isipan at ginawa.
Tsaka mukhang matagal yung project. CGI pa lang eh.
Correct. Baka nga kaya ganun kasi very CGI heavy siya. How about you, Pia?
I know Nam Joo-hyuk as the rom-com guy and I love all his rom-coms. Mga favorite namin ng daughter ko since Weightlifting Fairy. As in, laging ganun ko siya kilala. So, honestly, when we were talking about East Palace, hindi ko naman napanood anything. Akala ko lang, okay, sagok. Parang ganun. Akala ko parang My Dearest.
Sobrang layo.
Tapos yung opening scene, multo kagad. Sabi ko, bakit ganito?
Bakit ba ako umuo dito?
Ano nangyayari? Kaya akala ko kikiligin lang ako. So, parang ganun. But like, it was so... Kasi, it's easy to categorize like a rom-com actor as like a kind of a shallow actor.
Yeah.
Somebody who can only do one thing. So, I was pleasantly surprised because alam mo namang may depth siya as an actor.
Yeah.
Kasi malalim din naman yung mga ginawa niya. Like there with 25-21, even
Yeah.
with Startup. So parang dito lang in full display. So I don't know what
Yes.
else yung iba pa niyang works na hindi ko pa napapanood. Pero yun. So parang ang nakakatuwa lang din na makita na ganito yung mga kaya niyang gawin. And like, I love how it was very ambiguous kung ano yung relationship nila ni Princess.
Yeah.
It was like
Oo.
more of open to interpretation. Ikaw bahala kung
Correct,
friendship ba to or ano. So parang ang ganda lang na may ganun ding na-offer dito. Kasi I thought it was gonna be romance eventually,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
felt was like, oh my God, I'm so gonna hate it if suddenly it's gonna turn into a love story and whatever. It was like literally just him saving the life. Parang ganun lang talaga because she saved mine.
Correct.
Yun lang, ganun kasimple. And he was very convincing throughout. Although, medyo uneven sa akin yung ibang actingan niya dito. Parang yun lang yung thing na parang, okay, maybe he's still adjusting to civilian life coming from military, especially the early episodes. Sobrang uneven ng acting niya, nakakalito. Pero eventually, like, okay lang din naman. So yun. So happy that he's back.
Yeah.
And more. I really love all of his projects. Yun.
Actually, he mentioned that in an interview as well, na parang like that was a big worry for him, na coming back. Like, ang tagal niya, matagal, parang I think 1 year and 6 months din siyang nawala. Na parang how is it gonna feel like coming back on set?
Yeah.
So that was like a big anxiety talaga for him. And he said na parang, like, it was an easy transition naman, pero not lacking of any like awkwardness. So I'm sure that's when that feeling
Yung first
kind of popped
episode,
out.
napansin niyo yun? Yung parang ang weird nung comedy niya.
Hindi pa siya, I guess sa military, walang comedy. Check out.
Yung opening na parang naglalakad ba sila doon papuntang palace, tas parang nagulat siya na nandyan na si Senga.
Oo.
Basta parang sobrang awkward nung comedy niya na
Oo.
parang I was thinking, is it his acting or the execution? Kasi yung opening nga, multo-multo.
Oo.
Tas biglang nagpapatawa siya, so am I just scared to laugh or is it really just awkward?
We can delve into that
Yeah.
a little bit later. When we talk about like the whole balance. Kasi ang daming aspects din talaga ng show na to that needed to be balanced out. Oo. So for me, also very glad of his return. And parang this K-drama kind of like ushered in a new era of Nam Joo-hyuk. Kasi nga, precisely, like we know him as the romance guy, mga rom-com, medyo on the serious end pa nga na rom-com. Parang I've never seen him na medyo echeche. Para siyang
Weightlifting.
Sa weightlifting, okay,
Oo.
I've never seen him there.
With the abs and everything.
Ay, yun ang magandang combination.
Nakatrunks lang siya doon.
Alam mo, sa mga creators ng East Palace, dyan kayo nagkulang.
Oo.
Pero yun.
Hindi na nagkulang sa kanyang IG.
Tama din.
Tama, oo. Lalo yung IG
My God,
niya
barkada
post.
niya si Byun-Woo ka kasi
Oo.
yung modeling era nilang
True,
dalawa.
di ba silang
Tsaka
tatlo?
si Woo Jae.
Oo,
Mm-mm.
silang tatlo.
My God. Nakaka-high blood.
Tapos nun, so, yun, parang for me, it's really just that. It's a new era of Nam Joo-hyuk coming in, and I'm so glad na may action siya. So it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
showing how diverse he can be as an actor. And sabi pa nga niya sa isang interview na parang like, he's really just up for challenging himself.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun.
I was
So
thinking
I'm
that,
really,
oo.
really, really glad na this is his route coming back into the K-drama sphere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the show itself because maraming pag-uusapan about the show. As I've said, it's an ambitious drama. And Mon said nga na parang it took a while and they feel like that's the reason why it did take a while kasi nga ang dami lang gustong gawin. So sa lahat ng mga ginawa nila, ano dito sa tingin nyo ang talagang tumatak at nakuha nila ng tama? At ano naman yung parang okay, baka kulang pa.
Debbie Mama is perfection.
Oh my God,
From
yes.
start to end.
Oo.
Parang I couldn't even complain about how she didn't really get what was due her. Gets? Parang dito kasi parang status quo siya actually from start to end. Parang yung masasamang tao did not really, were not really villainized. They were, parang ganun lang. Pero kasi it's just her acting that was so solid throughout. Sobrang paborito ko yung parang na Bell's palsy na yung mukha.
Yung na-stroke siya.
Oo, correct.
I was gonna say.
Tapos, di ba yung parang yung puro ano pa siya,
Ugat-ugat,
acupuncture siya.
Oo.
Tapos yung ginanon niya yung
Yes.
mga needle,
Oo.
power. As in, she's always been such a great actress. And first time ko kasi siyang makita na ganitong klaseng ka-powerful. Hindi, meron na isa pala parang CEO. But anyway, for me, siya yung talagang very good in casting her. And parang, I can forgive na hindi siya mapapunish whatsoever. In a big way. Parang bitin eh. I don't know, parang very, ang daming, ganun lang, I guess it's a storytelling thing. But for me, yes to Debbie Mama.
Sobrang agree. As in, she is a powerhouse. Like, I feel like this is probably the best performance I've seen of hers. I'm sure there are more. Pero parang ito talaga yung pinaka-striking sa akin. Na parang like, I know na yung acting is a little bit on the parang soap opera vibes. Alam mo yun? Ganun. Pero parang she did it in such a believable, parang like, yuyurakan ko ang pagkatao mo.
Correct.
Kind of way. So, sobrang galing, as in.
Yung character din niya kasi, parang, especially, parang medyo nakasegment kasi yung evil being, di ba?
Yeah,
Initially, it was the lake lady. And then it turned out to be the prince pala. Parang yung kwento ni Debbie Mama, or at least yung mga pinaniniwalaan niya na spirits out to get her or mga tinatago or whatever. Parang it felt so very, not provincial. Provincial is not the word. Pero parang sakto sa panahon.
Okay.
At sakto sa, I don't know, sa mga paniniwala ng isang tao
Of that time.
of that time. Parang ganon. So, technically, like, you know, it could feel ridiculous. But, she didn't make it feel that way.
Yes.
Like, alam mo yun,
Super.
parang you can see the basicness of where her character is at. And like, kung saan nanggagaling yung evilness, alam mo yun. But she made it bigger than what it was. And I appreciated that. Alam mo yun, parang, like at one point, parang, relax po. Parang ganon, alam mo yun. Parang gusto mong ganunin.
You're smelling salt, ma'am.
Parang gusto mo siyang sabihan na, relax po. But at the same time, okay, sige na. At parang alam mo yun, I forgive you. Gets naman talaga kita eh. Alam mo yun, parang I like the ride that she provided in telling the character.
Siguro to add, since we're talking about pivotal acting here, like, I just want to point out din si Cho Sung-woo. Kasi it's been a while since I've last seen him. And, sorry, kumukha rin kasi niya sino yung bias ko? My Liberation Notes. Nakakala ko siya.
Song-suku?
Si Sukushi. Tapos diba kamukha din daw niya si DK?
Ni Son-suku.
Hindi, di ba may sabi ng members na parang, kamukha mo si Cho Sung-woo. Ganun.
Get.
So ito yung bias line ko, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, aside from, having the features of my bias line, I just love the subtle sinisterness of him, and at the same time, yung parang may layer din na alam mo na para lang siyang tanga. Kasi pinaglalaruan lang din siya ng mga tao around him. Like it's a power dynamic na parang like he's trying to gain control but it's kinukuha sa kanya, parang ganun. And meron ng favorite scene niya, yung sinabi sa kanya ni Debbie Mama na nilasong sila, nilagay mo dun sa confectionery, ganyan, sa confectionery box, yun, sa mga sweets. Tapos, kinain niya isa-isa. And this menacing,
Gusto ko
naglalakad lang siya, dun kumakain lang siya,
Correct.
parang, wala siyang ginawa. Tapos parang, shit, sobrang lakas. Tindig. Ganda ng casting talaga nitong show na to, as in.
And ang ganda din ng execution or maybe even just the way his role was written and the way everything was directed, planned. Kasi parang from the start, you get so confused na parang siya yung masama, siya yung evil, siya ang mastermind. kahit na wala pang nare-reveal na anything.
Oo.
Tapos biglang hindi. Tapos parang equally convincing pa rin
Oo.
na tama, masama pa rin siyang tao pero hindi siya yun. Parang may ganun ba?
Tapos biglang may tender moment. Like yung,
Nung
yung
nagsasorry
or
na
at
siya,
least
ganun.
yung younger version niya na, nung tinignan niya yung
Oo,
mom
yung mom ni Sanggang.
Oo.
Senggang.
Gets, parang biglang, so, masama ka ba o hindi? Alam mo
Actually,
yun?
isa pa yan. Anyway, sige, later. But yeah, agree.
And to add, yung may moment siya with Senggang when she was a child. And I feel like yun yung emotional, emotional hold din ni Senggang sa tatay niya. Nung hinawakan siya ng gano'n, tapos parang, she kind of felt that care. Na parang like, do you really care? Or are you just playing with her as well?
Yeah.
So let's talk about nga Senggang naman. Since napag-usapan na rin natin yung dalawa. As the leading lady in this show, what do you guys think?
I love her. I've always loved her, I feel. Ang thing ko lang sa kanya, I think she was effective naman in the show. Ang hindi ko pa napaprocess or hindi pa ako decided is kung gandang-ganda lang ba talaga ako sa kanya or
Oh.
magaling ba siya. I feel like magaling naman siya. Pero parang mas nang ibabaw lang yung gandang-ganda ako sa kanya. Parang she has like this natural beauty na I just can't stop looking at her. And like, alam mo yon, like the little movement like in her eye, alam mo yun, parang I'm just so endeared or nakukyutan ako sa kanya na effective na siya, pero technically hindi ko alam kung acting ba talaga yun or gandang-ganda lang ako. Parang ganun ako the entire time, every time I watch her. But I loved it. Actually, gusto ko nga balikan yung sinasabi mo kanina na yung hindi nila pinush kasi na may romantic angle
Yeah.
between them. But like, would you guys be open if eventually it develops to that? Because it feels like, especially the ending,
Yeah.
it feels like there could be more.
Yeah.
Pwede pang i-expand to.
Yeah.
If it's written well. Kasi
Yeah.
ngayon yung vibe sa akin is very brother-sister.
Oo.
So, parang may ganun. And I feel like may angle din kasi nakilala ko kasi si girl and I've seen her grow up. Like, she was so young and she is still very young. Alam mo yun? So, parang like, Juyok, ano ba? Hindi wala kang karapatang maganyang kami lang.
Ako okay lang. Parang feeling ko the ending naman opens it to that. And parang sa kanya though, I felt na siya rin, isa sobrang uneven din ng execution niya dito. Parang from the start, it was so convincing. But that part when she was like begging na parang sana buhay pa si Guchon?
Guchon.
Na sana buhay. Yung nandun siya, that scene by the lake pond, na she was like crying, parang bigla ako na-disconnect for some reason. Parang, this is supposed to be your big dramatic scene and I should be there with you when you're crying to the heavens over your friend / lifesaver, whatever. Pero parang I don't know kung bakit nung nangyari yung scene na yun, na-disconnect talaga ako. Na parang hindi ako makasakay sa emotions niya at hindi ko na-feel yung dapat na-feel niya na parang binigay na yung lahat eh. Nasa tubig na siya, may shot na sobrang wide, isolated, sad, yung mga close-up niya. Parang hindi eh. Parang kulang, tas biglang nung nalaman na niya na pwede na siyang tumakbo dun sa room ni Guchon, kulang pa rin. And those are the most important scenes.
Yeah.
So, parang dun lang ako medyo nabitin sa kanya.
You know what I was thinking that when that was happening, it felt like she lacked a bit of confidence. I don't know. Does that make sense?
I get it.
Parang, you know that she was trying, but she was holding back. Parang it felt like she was holding back. Parang ganon.
I totally agree. Parang like even in Crash Course in Romance, parang like okay lang siya doon kasi because she was like she was a secondary character, I guess. So parang there's not a lot of ask emotionally. So it was okay for her to portray that role. But this kasi asks so much.
Exactly.
A certain kind of rawness na I don't know if is it lack of experience ba? Confidence ba? Pero super, like, when I was also watching that scene, parang like, kung si Sejong. Kung si Sejong gumawa niya.
Oo,
Si
exactly.
May ganun eh. Kasi parang baka si Sejong, kasi alam na niya kung sino siya. Baka siya kasi she's so young and she still doesn't know how to place herself in these situations. So, and which is why, like, yun nga, parang throughout din the show, Like, I like the innate sadness she brings. I feel like that's what she has in her. Like, every time I watch her, like, even in Crash Course, she seems a little sad. But not in awe, but in more like, ano kayong pinagdadaanan mo? May ganun siya. But I like yung layer na ganun na feeling ko, dala niya innately. Pero ang nangyayari, nagiging flat tuloy.
Oo.
Especially dun sa mga moments na kailangan ng konting brightness and light.
Yeah.
That Nam Joo-hyuk naman is trying hard to put.
Exactly.
Tapos siya, parang feeling ko hindi niya nasasabayan.
Yun nga eh. Kaya
Maybe,
parang very
oo.
uneven, imbalanced. She's good friends with Lee Jung, the choreographer, the one who also choreographed for Soda Pop and a lot of K-pop songs. Nandun sila sa I Live Alone Together. So parang naalala ko, parang yung nung nandun siya, they're happy because they're friends, pero meron ngang something na parang kulang. Ay, hindi naman kulang. Hindi siya parang, I have never seen her 100% happy, even in the real life situation.
Is it happy or parang expressive? Parang gano'n.
Di
He feels like that kind of person.
Na,
Kasi,
ano,
na parang, kumbaga, hindi lang siya introvert. Parang may extra layer of introvertness pa siya. Parang,
I don't
does that
know.
make sense?
I don't know. I haven't seen her like interviews a lot to be able to satisfy that answer. But yeah.
But I guess that face kind of works for her because she does a lot of, she was an it girl. I don't know if until now, but for the longest time, endorsements galore because she fits like that whole sadness.
Oo,
editorial
correct. And very
look, ayun.
demure.
And I find her so gorgeous. I think she's really, really pretty. But I guess, ayun, baka kailangan pa ng unting push. I think experience. I feel like
Probably.
with more experience, she could get there naman.
Okay, so we've talked about Senggang na, diba? So now let's go to Nam Joo-hyuk and his portrayal of Guchon. Can I start?
yeah.
My God, I never knew I needed a Nam Joo-hyuk like this. Honest to goodness. Parang every time nakikita ko siya as the spiritual version of himself, I'm like, holy crap, you're such a gorgeous man.
He
As
is.
in.
He is.
But aside from the gorgeousness that he has embodied upon us, like I've said earlier, I truly, truly appreciate na parang he's taken this route. I love like nag-action siya. Alam mo yun? And I feel like kinareer naman niya. Parang it seems like he did a lot of the action scenes na siya mismo yung gumawa. So, sobrang enjoyed that aspect of it. But as we've also mentioned earlier, parang like, this is a side of Namjoon na I don't know if he's also like dabbled in na before. Parang may, yun nga, parang like, in terms of the comedy angles din, na tinatry nila ipasok. Syempre parang medyo mas balance yung show. Parang like, minsan parang, parang kulang, alam mo yun. And like towards even the latter parts, na parang like when they were like having a hard time na like trying to fight this evil force, parang it kind of felt na parang evil force. Tapos merong revelation. Tapos muntik siyang mamatay. Tapos bababa ulit siyang ganun. Parang parang hindi nagpo-progress up for me masyado yung character niya in that sense.
Yeah. Parang yung sa akin, yun nga, the first 2 episodes, it felt like they were still unsure about the direction of this. Parang ganon. Actually, even the first half parang ang tagal din bago siya ito na talaga. Parang ito na yung magiging direction nitong buong K-drama na to. And like, I've seen him do comedy and do it really well, very earnestly, na talagang yung mga moments na parang, putang ina, nakakatawa. Parang may mga ganon. Di ba yung sa startup, yung part na parang yung si Suzy, yung parang pinansin na siya, tapos meron siyang look na parang, oh my God, parang may mga ganon siya. Or even sa Weightlifting Fairy also. Basta magaling siya sa comedy Kaya ang weird dito, kung hindi ko gets kung yung setting ba? Kasi madilim. Alam mo yun, parang the cinematography is
Dahil
like
naka-period
this.
costume siya.
Oo,
Ano ba ang patawa mga period men? Ganon?
Oo, parang ganon. But we've seen like sa iba namang mga sagok, kaya naman. So, I don't know kung ano yung hindi nagland or is it yun nga, he's still like warming up. Pero I'm so happy that as the show progressed, makita mo, kasi para sa akin, yung mata talaga niya din Isa din yun na parang very expressive, very everything na makukuha mo na doon. Kaya parang bawing-bawi naman. Like, parang in fairness, nakalimutan ko nga na hindi ko na-weirdoan ako doon sa first 2 episodes. Parang nung tinitan ko lang, ano ba yung mga naayawan ko? At saka ko lang naalala na oo nga, ang weird lang talaga no first few episodes niya. Pero bawi naman. Bawi naman si Sir.
Bawing-bawi naman. Tsaka yung sakto yung sa mata. Kasi ang dami niyang shots na parang naka-fringe lang ng ganyan yung buhok
Oo.
niya.
Tsaka ang laki kasi ng mata niya, tapos bilog na bilog. Kaya sobrang grabe talaga. Kaya po ako Team Dosan. Hindi po ako Team Good Boy.
I'm sorry, Kim Sono pa rin.
Of course.
Ako Kim Guchon.
But, pero maguguchon ako.
Guchon ako, grabe.
Guchon na guchon.
Kain tayo? Kain tayo!
Sasagot to.
Ikaw, Mon.
When I first saw the trailer, I was actually really scared. Because it was a lot. Like, it was saying too much. To a point na parang, oh, crap. Like, alam mo yun, usually yung mga ganon, nako, baka magyungsong creatures na. Alam mo yun? Na ang grabe yung CGI.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a well-made trailer, I guess. But like, I was scared that it was gonna be tsaka. Like, all face but no heart. Parang ganon. And like, I was really surprised na at least for the first 2 episodes, natuwa ako because in fairness naman to the world building,
Yeah.
like, I think that was the best thing that I got out of this.
Agreed.
Agreed.
The spiritual world. Even like hindi ko rin alam kasi parang kaka-rewatch ko lang ng buong The Crown. As in the other Netflix series. Pero British royalty naman. But, di ba, in The Crown kasi, and in this one, it's like, yung protecting the bloodline and like, making sure na may face tayo to the people na okay yung king, okay yung crown, basically, na protected ng crown, blah, blah. So, parang yon agawan ng crown din yung kwentong to, tapos, nakatuwa pa because it's called the East Palace, kasi East Palace, dun nga naka-house yung mga anak at mga asawa and ladies in waiting, etc. Courtesans. Anyway, like, and then the spiritual aspect of it, na parang ang daming mga multo because the crown, like years and years of protecting it, fighting over it, ang daming mga nagalit, ang daming, alam mo yun, ang daming mga pinapatay. Kasi so, the grudge is grudging basically, alam mo yun. I really love that world building of that. But that being said, ang dami din niya kasing sinasabi. To a point, I liked it. And actually, yun nga hindi ko pa rin alam yung thoughts. Kasi parang yung mga, especially yung first 2 episodes, yung ninanarrate talaga. As in, para tayong ini-encyclopedia na, Aguima is a ganito, ganito. If you look at this, it's a ganito.
Yeah.
The difference between Akgui ba yun? And I really like that. Honestly, because I don't know stuff about it. But at the same time, wow, this is so educational. Parang lessons na
Kumbaga
lessons
parang
talaga to.
the writing took the easy way.
Oo.
Kasi, I guess siguro with 8 episodes, parang they really had to like do.
Yeah, gets ko
do it
naman
that
why
way.
it's good to do that, 'di ba? Kasi especially since they know that a lot of global viewers will be seeing
have
this
no
and
idea
have no
about
idea.
it.
And
Exactly.
it's actually their way of telling us like, what it's about. It's actually pretty great. Pero syempre like this is a lot of information. Alam mo yun. And at the same time, yun nga, ang dami sinasabi. I feel like maybe, kaya going back to Nam Joo-hyuk, like maybe nakulangan din sa hindi nila alam kung ano yung direction for them as actors.
Yeah.
Like, and I think him and the princess, parang they could have built more rapport maybe. I don't know. Or baka rin nahirapan siya. I don't know. Parang, yun. Like, baka sa sobrang dami masyado ng gustong sabihin, hindi na, kumbaga, natutukan lahat.
Yeah.
Like, something had to give.
Yun nga, parang another thing na nabitin ako, speaking about that, is we have no idea who he is.
Exactly.
Parang, at least si Princess, meron tayong mga flashback niya, ganon. Sa kanya, parang very little lang na parang meron siya nabanggit about his mom.
Yeah.
At yun lang, and very parang casually lang while walking nasabi,
Correct.
I want to know, ano ba siya? Monk ba siya? Tapos, kasi kung
Hindi
monk
siya
siya, di ba parang hindi siya monk
Nakatira lang siya in the
doon. So, di ba, parang, I just wanna know more about him, pero yun, at the same time, okay naman, nag-stand naman yung story without it, pero maybe it's just my greediness as a viewer. I'd love to know his backstory.
Pero I feel like tama naman yung yearning. Kasi parang, I feel like with the show, end of the day, pinrioritize nila yung moving forward of the plot in terms of like yung intrigue and
Oo.
that. Parang
Happening in
feeling
the
ko,
palace.
parang like yung emotional gravity ng stories, hindi nila flesh out.
Oo.
Na parang for me, honestly, yun yung sayang. Kasi parang like, I mean, if this is a show that will have a second season,
Oo.
you would want to have that.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
would want to have characters that you can latch onto, that you
Yeah.
can invest in. But like, parang, may mga attempts pero parang they didn't really push through because, yun nga, as Mon said, ang dami kasing gusto nilang
Sinasabi.
mangyari na parang sobrang, like kunyari, sana ito lang yung path. Pero parang ang daming mga intrigues pa na pinasok.
Yeah.
Parang hindi naman kasi kailangan na sobrang dami. I mean, gets ko naman yung purpose of having like, of showing na parang it's such a corrupt place. That
Yeah.
everyone is corrupt. I mean, that is the whole point, di ba? Pero parang like, you lose naman the emotional grounding of your main characters na sana meron.
Yeah.
Parang ganun.
Yun nga, tsaka natatawa ako kapag may mga kunwari, tatanungin siya na, how will we defeat the pond ghost or whatever? Ganito lang yan. Yung may information siya eh. Alam niya kung
Correct,
paano.
Nagawa niya dati. Saan galing?
Tapos ang galing din ni Princess kasi parang at first, ang dami niyang tanong, what's that? What's
Oo.
that? Pero biglang, maglagay ka ng blood sa ano.
Correct.
Maglagay ka ng something writing and you paste it on the
Oo.
walls, blah, blah. Suddenly, ang dami niya na alam.
Di
Alam
ba?
mo yun?
Kaya parang, kasi di ba kailangan niya magpakamatay?
Oo,
Para
oo,
makapasok
oo,
sa
oo.
spiritual realm.
Oo.
Si Princess kaya na rin.
Oo nga eh. Paano nagawa niyo?
As a
Ano lang?
protege.
Di ba? Parang
Just because
by
she can
example.
hear.
Oo, nakita lang niya. Pwede pala yun.
Oo.
Tsaka yung parang kailangan mo magdugo ng manok, readily available. Ang dami, may bowl na siya ng dugo ng manok. Di ba? Yung mga ganon.
Sa palace maraming dugo.
Kaya gusto kong malaman, ano ba yung background ni Nam Juyuk? Bakit ang dami niyang alam? Tapos
Oo.
parang, kasi sa Alchemy of Souls may libro. Alam mo yun, di ba? May
Baka sa second season, lalabas yung libro na yon.
Dito kasi parang stock knowledge eh.
Oo.
Ganito lang yan. Tsaka, yung isang thing din, or I don't know if I just missed it. Kasi when he lost his eyesight, then they then got the eyesight of the Di ba noong sabi niya, parang, how will you regain your eyesight? Oh no, it's a very dangerous. Parang may ganun siya.
Tapos biglang,
Tapos
ang
biglang
galing.
ganun. Oo!
Meron na akong
Yun na pala yan. Tapos ayaw pa niya pag-usapan. Uy, may mata ka na.
ayaw nang isulat ng writer. Nakakatayin kasi parang like, so pinanood ko siya in bulk and then I stopped and then I watched it again. Tapos parang, bakit nakakita na siya ulit? Nagulat ka lang parang, nag-struggle pa. Nga pa, may struggle ba? Mga 5
Hindi,
minutes
parang
lang.
ginanon lang niya.
Oo, correct.
Anyway.
Tapos yung tuloy nakain yung spirit ng nanay.
Oo, kasalanan niya for the sake of his
Okay.
eyes.
But to be fair, I feel like, ini-Easter egg galore nila. Kasi yung sa ending, di ba, where are you going? I'm gonna go to check out my mother's past. Or something like that. And then
Sa
sasama ako, ganon. Parang yun na yun eh. Alam mo yun. Tama.
Chains pa siya.
Oo, I think tama naman din na they focused on the East Palace. Like, what they came there to do.
Yeah.
Like the intrigues within, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then next season na lang yung journey na yun.
Siguro, ito yung tanong ko with that in mind. Like, is this, whatever they put out there, enough for you to watch what would be, I mean, I feel like there's gonna be a second season.
I think I would watch it. To be fair, kahit na yun nga, confused ako, there are moments that left me like speechless because it was gorgeous.
Exactly.
Absolutely love the ghost of the salt storage ladies.
Yeah.
When yung
ganda
nakasurround na-
nun.
Holy
Uy, naiyak ako ng
crap!
slight doon.
At
Nakita
naiyak
yung
din
pain
ako.
nila nun.
And at the same time, yung villagers.
Yes.
Yung ganon. Parang, kinikilabutan nga ako dun. Parang may ganong moment. And I think it's because they built the world building really well.
Yeah.
Alam mo yon. So,
Yeah.
diba, may na-feel tayo. Pero grabe talaga yung salt storage ladies. Like, it felt, I don't know if you know of Pina Bausch. Bausch? Sorry, I don't know. Basta, contemporary dancer. Tapos parang may ganong feels, like the movement of the camera.
Kasi
How
may
the ladies were
choreography.
moving. And then the set, it had like, parang lupa yung ground no, kahit na it was in indoor part of the palace. Or was it in the prayer room or something like that? I forget.
They were in like, they were in a parang prayer room
Oo.
scenario.
Diba,
Yung may Buddha.
There were moments talaga that were really, really gorgeous. I must say the production design of this got me like,
yeah.
holy
as
crap.
in.
And like,
Oo.
the Odyssey sila dito, they did a lot.
Oo.
CGI heavy, not
Mm.
like the Odyssey. A lot of practical set designs were done for this.
Amazing, yes.
Really, really love every single behind the scenes that I saw. So parang, in fairness.
Yeah.
Ako din, parang I think yung draw din talaga nito is the visuals.
Yeah.
Parang like largely what you said na rin na parang sobrang, but it kind of feels like the Korean version of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
May ganun
Yeah,
siyang,
may ganun.
may ganun siyang vibe. But like, not naman na in a copycat way. In their own way din naman. And I feel like they did naman din justice kung ano yung vision na gusto nilang gawin for this. So, yun. Ang ganda. And I think sobrang draw talaga yun.
And they also have the Jaws on Groot.
Correct.
Correct!
So
Super cute! That what we called
Gomaksali.
Gomaksali. Yes, a Gomaksali. I think just to round it up, I feel like, world building is on point.
Yeah, I could watch more of it.
Oo. So I feel like, yes, we are definitely waiting for its second season. And I feel like there's gonna be a second season talaga. So, abangan nyo na lang din Sarang Base when we drop our episode on that because definitely we will have that. Alright, so as you said nga kanina, parang like it's a show that's heavy on cultural Korean culture, ganyan. So, just want to drop a little bit of know-how. Naman na-mention na tayo kaninang konti, pero dagdagan pa natin para fun, di ba? And if you guys have, any thoughts on this, just, lay it out there. Simon already mentioned the East Palace kanina. And tama ka nga, the East Palace is called the Donggong.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Korean version of that. And it is the primary palace of the Crown Prince. Parang ganun siya. And ang ganda lang kasi, where the kids are, ganun. So it is positioned east of the primary palace and it is the location of the rising sun.
Yes.
So yun. So parang, kumbaga parang it represents the future ruler charged with carrying the kingdom into a new era. So may ganun siyang symbolism.
Yeah.
Pero ang ganda kasi sa show, hindi siya new era. It became the location for the end of a bloodline. So may mga ang gandang shift. Era, Kiki. So ang ganda lang na may ganung klaseng, kumbaga parang flip of the narrative of what an East Palace is. Sobrang laki din ng impact ng shamanism dito.
Oh, yeah.
As in, yun namin napag-usapan. But we have other episodes where we tackle shamanism.
Because we're fans.
Because we're fans.
Yeah,
This is so
yeah.
fascinating, isn't it? Tapos may nakita nga ako, parang if you guys are interested in more shamanism, you can go to www.koccult.com.
Hala.
So if you wanna learn more about Korean occult practices.
Tsaka yung Disney Plus just announced yung Battle of Fates. Magkakaroon ng bago House of Fates or something like that. Okay.
Oh my God, can you just share?
Disney
Nakita
Plus
ko yun kasi
exclusive.
parang they were looking for parang people to join. So,
Ba't
kailangan...
di ka nagsabi? Dapat sumali
Kasi
tayong
pala,
dalawa.
Yun nga eh. Kasi magsasubmit ka lang, tapos pakita mo lang na may yung passport mo.
Lost ka sa buhay,
Lost ka sa buhay, ganon. Yun nga eh, na pala, pinost ko. But, I mean, House of Fates, we're still ready if you have a part 2. So, okay.
Okay
So,
lang din kung mag-period, Diyos.
Oo nga, Joseon Shamanism.
I'm ready.
Let's combine that.
And, sorry, gusto ko lang din sabihin na yung shamanism. I absolutely love our guy here.
I know.
And he's such like, sobrang, my God, isa kang singit! Alam mo
Oo,
yun?
true.
But I love every moment of it.
Yeah, agreed.
Sana lang pinagsalita man lang siya.
Mas
Parang
madami-dami.
may isang linya, wala siya.
In fairness to him, mata-mata acting.
Correct.
I know.
Ang striking kasi ng mata niya, mukha
Diba?
kasi siyang snake.
Parang siyang si Hoshi, actually.
Oo,
Pare
oo,
sila ng
oo.
mata. Bet mo na rin.
Hindi.
Okay.
Joke lang.
Okay lang kay Monica na lang. Okay, so sa mga hindi pa familiar sa Korean shamanism and what you can see in East Palace. So, in the show, there's a lot of ritual ceremonies which are called kut. Ayun. So, maraming mga ceremonies nga doon specifically. So, ang sinasabi dito is, yung purpose ng kut is best understood as negotiation. Ay, super, super, super.
Oh, I was thinking that. That scene nga, yung the king was doing that ceremony.
Towards the end.
Towards the end. Na-realize ko, oh my God, like, this is all negotiation. Alam mo yon. Even Juyok's character, when he went to that tree. Anong
Oo,
tawag doon?
yung master.
Master
yung
Gwimi
Master
nila.
Gwimi,
Oo.
oo.
Parang, something.
Mother Gwimi.
There's a different word but yeah, si Mother Gwima.
Gwima.
Oo.
Gwime.
Hindi si Gwima. Si Gwima yung sa K-pop, di mo na.
Oo,
Oo,
Gwime.
Gwime.
Mga pala.
Oo, Gwimi.
Anyway, parang yun nga, na parang, pwede pala yun, parang ganon. Parang but at the same time, in all these shaman or spiritual related shows, movies that we've seen, may ganon, gets? It's an exchange.
Correct.
Kaya meron, kunwari, you have to sacrifice like this in exchange for that. You can, parang, pero doon ko lang na-solidify yung, oh my God, oo nga naman. Oo, it is like that. Parang, mas na-visualize ko, I guess, parang ganon. Kaya tuntua ako sa eksena.
So, pasok sa banga.
Oo.
Oo. So, yun. So, guys, koccult.com. Doon lang to galing. Alright. Okay. So, last na. So, I'm sure sa mga very interested sa show, you've already researched on this. Pero sa mga hindi pa, we will be talking about some of the elementals that were part of the show. We mentioned Gwima. Gwima. Oo. Kasi Gwi nga is ghost.
Yeah.
Or malevolent spirit. Okay. So, we have two major ones that we've seen in the show. So, meron tayong Gwishin. So, ito yung sinasabi ni Monica na basic. The basic elementals. Oo. So, ito yung mga, specters with unfinished businesses. Yeah.
But Shin means God, diba? So baka iba yung origin story.
Baka
ng,
iba yung...
origin word nung Shin ng Gwishin.
Baka iba. So, merong tayong several versions din of a Gwishin. Depende na to kung gaano ka-deep yung parang grudge mo. So, meron tayong the basic Gwishin, which is called the common Gwi. So,
Common Gwi?
Common Gwi, parang yung common, di ba may mga ibon na gano'n? The common bird, parang gano'n. Common Gwi. So, ito yung mga ghosts lang that are tied to people and places. Pero they pose no real danger to the living. Kumbaga parang they have a duty to a person or some promise that they can't abandon.
Yeah.
So, nandiyan, palialigid lang sila. But we have also the one Gwi. So, the one Gwi, and as Guchon also explains, is a soul that cannot pass on because of its resentment. It has calcified in them. So, ang biggest parang example dito are the women. Yung calcification na item, that's basically like physical embodiment of that resentment. And lastly, pato mini-mention, kasi si Guchon, ayaw niya maging ganito. Ayaw maging acne. And this is also what happened to the Crown Prince because of his deep, deep resentment. Ayan. So, a person who carried that evil or a one Gwi who has done harm for so long that it has morphed into something truly decrepit. So, ito yung mga specters natin. These are like galing sa mga tao. But then there are also Gwime, which is Gwima, K-pop demon hunters, who is a spirit form from bad energy. Dito papasok si Gomoksali. And then you can see din in the show yung snake. And then there's one more. Parang may isa pa daw.
Nasa bamboo forest. Yung
Correct.
nagsabi na you're gonna die tonight. Ganon.
Oo. So, may mga favorite ba kayo sa kanila?
Favorite na ghost?
Oo. Sa din sa mga ghosts yung may may impact sa inyo?
Maliban dun sa salt storage ladies? Or are you talking about the Gwis?
I mean, amongst all these like
my favorite ghost.
But you like the women na?
I
That's your
really like
favorites
the
na.
women.
Sige, let's go to Pia first. Baka meron kang favorite.
Si Kwakdong yun. Ang ganda kasi no reveal. Kasi parang from the start, parang somehow you assume that it's a woman, yung pond ghost. Tapos long hair pa, ganun-ganon. Tapos yung biglang ni-reveal na siya yun. Tapos yung nag-close up, parang, oh my God, siya nga! Siya na favorite ko. To the very end.
Diba?
Nung nakikipag-battle pa siya and everything.
Correct.
Siya.
Ganda-ganda pa ng makeup niya doon.
Parang siyang yung Game of Thrones, yung
The White Walkers.
Oo, the White Walkers. Actually, para sa akin nga, parang very Game of Thrones. Parang ito na yung Korean Game of Thrones na hinihingi.
Correct.
Oo, parang feeling ko ito nga yung version nila.
Correct.
And also, parang ang gusto ko kay Doc Kwakdong yon is that any moment kasi hinihintay kong mag-break character siya. Pero hindi! Ang galing niya! So, yes. Ayun.
Ang galing niya!
Naisip ko nga noong una, parang ko like, gosh, parang ito talaga yung finale niya before he goes to military. Pero I think with this show, takot
Why
na sa
not?
kanya yung mga military people. Hindi siya makabuli.
Parang hindi pa rin.
Kasi meron pa rin siya.
Lalabas lang yung
Lalabas
kutsilyo
yung
niya.
kutsilyo niya.
Wala na.
Wala na. Tsaka yung glasses niya, yung shades niya. So, yun ang ating mga elementals. Ayan. And that's our conversation about the East Palace. And watch out, guys, because we will definitely have an episode on the second season. But for now, this is our episode about the East Palace. Yan ang aming thoughts about it and some little information for you guys. If you want to know more, punta kayo sa koccult.com. Char. Oo. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this conversations. And of course, kami ay Want to Sarang. And we will not let go of you without ending it with a game. And we are back with our game. Okay, kanina pinag-usapan natin ang mga elementals ng East Palace. Pero magkaka-season 2, di ba? So of course, dadagdagan natin yung mga elementals na to. And kami ang magpipitch sa Netflix ng mga elementals na to. So this game is called Pitch Your Guime! Masaya! Okay, so it's gonna be a drawing game. Go, Pia! I feel like Pia's gonna be amazing in this. Okay, so gagawa tayo. Mag-drawing kami ng aming guime, but with the help of each other.
Okay.
So this is how it's gonna go. Okay, so you, person A, will draw the head. Tapos ifo-fold mo yung paper and you pass it on to person B, the person to your right, and that person will draw the body.
Okay.
And then, after drawing the body, you pass it on to the next person, person C, para this person can draw the legs.
Okay.
As ibabalik sa iyo yung paper and you will have your complete guime.
Okay.
And then, yun tayo sa pitch part. Okay. So, ipipitch mo sa amin, trial pa lang to. Wala pa kasing Netflix dito. Oo. So, ito ang kailangan nyo i-explain. Ano yung creature? Give it a name. Ano yung power niya? Ano yung backstory niya? At saan siya nag-hunt? Tumatambay. Alright? So, Sarang Base, panoorin nyo kami. And if you like this game, gawin nyo rin with your friends. It should be fun. Alright?
Okay. So,
Shall we start?
Yes.
with the head.
Okay, with the head first.
Okay.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Ay, nalo. Okay. Done. Ay, to me.
Hold just enough.
Just enough para... Ay, ba't pinibigay sa'yo walang pat? Yan.
Okay na yung connect.
Oh my God, I made a mistake. I hear the legs. Okay, next. Alright. Okay. Sorry, nadagdagan ko na ng legs. So, dagdagan mo na lang one leg. Gusto kong career na career si Pia. Parang napifeel ko yung creative and juices na. Alright. Okay? Pass it on to the person. And we are done. Okay, so let's start with Mon. And then Trency. And then we'll end with Pia. Alright? Wow.
Wow.
Ano ba to? Nababother ako. Sino naglagay ng buntot na to? Gusto mo simulan ko na lang?
Oo, sige.
Okay, I'll start. Hello, Netflix. This is my creature. It is called an octopatty. Because it is a cross between an octopus and a platypus. So, octoplatty pa na siya. Octoplatty siya. Alright. So, ang pangalan niya ay Gerald.
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 Okay.
This is Gerald the Octoplatty. Okay, so, ano siya eh, I feel like meron siyang guime kasi mukha siyang bad vibes lang. Hindi siya tao. Bad vibes lang siya ng maraming tao. Ay, sorry. Bad vibes lang siya ng maraming tao. And then as you can see, so itong octoplatty na to, marami talaga siyang lumalabas sa pagkatao niya. So meron siyang yan, meron siyang parang whiskers, and then marami siyang legs. Meron siyang legs over legs. So, di ba? Parang legs na nakapatong. Ganon.
Naka-tear.
Naka-tiered.
Hindi kasi nakatayo siyang ganito, pero gumaganto din kasi siya.
Parang mas gusto ko yung nakaganito siya. Tapos meron pa siyang buntot na mabuhok. Something about this tail that's a little funky. Okay, so saan na po, wala siyang tragic backstory kasi nga siya, bad vibes lang siya. Bad vibes. Pero, mararamdaman niyo tong bad vibes na to sa may White Beach, sa may galera. Mukha siyang bad vibes ng galera eh. Nag-gets niyo ba? Like kasagsagan ng Mayo. Diba? Ang daming tao. Kasi sa dulo nun may kuweba eh. May kuweba dun sa dulo ng White Beach. Dun siya. Dun yung lungga niya. Si Gerald the Octoplaty. Okay, so Netflix, yes. Octoplaty, Gerald. Thank you! Alright, who's next?
Sige, I can go next. So this is
Ang ganda.
a Dobermaid. So it's a Doberman na mermaid.
Uy, lahat tayo si teachers ba?
So it's a
Oo.
Dobermaid.
Oo.
Pero ang catch, nag-float yung head niya. So, I guess it's like a bubble head. So, ganun siya mag-swim. Mermaid, pero extra bouncy yung yung ganun. But notice na apat yung kanyang eyeballs. Tapos 3 yung butas ng nose niya. So, that's what makes a great Doberman. But with a great tail. I mean, with a tiger tail like this. I mean, a tiger tail like this, I think that gives the power of the mermaid swim.
Correct. It's a very strong looking tail.
I think so
Oo.
too.
Oo, amazing.
Na mukhang tatuan pa. Okay.
Tatuan.
So,
Ano pangalan niya? Dobermaid lang? Wala siyang full name?
I guess I want to dedicate this creature to my dog Greg.
Oh.
Because Greg is actually a female dog but her name is Greg. So just like this Dobermaid, hindi ko rin siya alam kasi parang ang sexy niya pero may abs.
Nakaganon? Kamay?
I think niya yun, palikpik. Oo.
Fits.
So with that, ang kanyang backstory ay, yun, hindi niya talaga alam. Parang kine-create siya. Ang daming,
We-made din siya.
we-made siya. So parang, may elder spirit na sinusubukan siyang i-create.
Okay.
Pero may natabig na mainit na tubig.
Kaya siya nabuhusan.
Kaya siya
Kaya nawalan siya
nabuhusan.
ng leeg.
Nawalan siya ng leeg, nag-start siya mag-float, and then, yung palikpik niya gumanon, parang nag-splatter. Parang ganun. Pero ang kwento niya rin is, gusto niya lang din malaman kung anong pwede niyang gawin with this. Because all his life, like, hindi niya nga alam kung nakakatakot siya, or fabulous, or whatever.
Gusto ko yung automatic. Yung kabaliktaran ng nakakatakot ay fabulous.
So, ang tambay niya ay, I guess,
Poblasyon.
a bar.
Poblasyon.
Oo. Kasi in poblasyon, you can be anything. You can be a
Correct.
mermaid, you can be a Doberman. You can be sexy. I mean, you can be a mermaid but also have abs. Perfect. Yun. And then you can also have a floating head in poblasyon.
Yes.
So why not?
Yes.
Netflix. I think there's something here. Feeling ko kailangan ko pang kulayan. But may
Wow!
something.
Nako, pag nakulayan na ni Monica yan, mabubuhay yan.
Okay.
Okay, Dobermaid is in the house.
Greg.
Alright.
Hi, Greg.
Now,
Okay.
it's Pia.
So, yung sa akin, it's Go Macgolly. Imbis na Go Macsali. Kasi parang nag-start siya na
Oo.
parang Gom means bear, diba, in Korean. So, para siyang bear na nakitan kasi ako, meron pa siyang ito yung vest niya.
Nakakatawa tayo
Ito yung vest ni Shonu sa water bomb. So, this bear, kung mapapansin ninyo siya, mahilig siya sa inuman tsaka sa good vibes. So, saan siya nag-hunt?
hindi sila bagay.
Hindi. Siya masaya siya lagi eh.
Okay, good
Tsaka
job.
may maliit siya na vest. So, para meron siyang fashion. So, ang hinuhunt niya yung mga pumupunta sa water bomb. Kapag madaming tubig, ganon. So,
Correct.
makikitubig lang siya. Kasi
Oo.
may vest siya to keep it all together.
Correct.
Ganon.
Balita ko yung buntot niya pwede rin water gun.
Oo, Parang
siya,
nilalabasan din yan.
Oo.
Parang nakikiganon din siya sa mga tao. Kasi masaya lang siya lagi. Gusto niya lagi siyang masaya.
Tsaka I love na ang taas ng pilik mata niya.
Yung alam mo, ako nag-drawing. Kasi nilagyan ko ng pilik mata.
Naka-cluster lashes.
Kaya yes, so si Gomak Goli na nasa water bomb. Tapos parang lagi siyang masaya. So I think yun yung curse niya. Parang kahit na malulungkot yung bagay, masaya pa rin siya.
Oh my God, kaya ayaw sa kanya ng mga tao.
Oo, ganyan.
You know what, feeling ko rin, he's actually made out of water. Like a waterbed.
So
parang-
pag
parang
gumagano,
siya.
wobbly-wobbly
Oo,
siya. Bagay.
Uy, gusto ko yan.
O, pakita natin
Gusto
yung
ko
mga
yung best
natin. Ayan. So, Netflix, if you can hear us, yes, this is our pitch.
Mhm.
Okay? Pakinggan nyo kami. Sasabit namin to. Kung nakulayan na ni Monica to lahat, nakapatay.
Patay tayo
Wala
dyan.
na kayong
Bigyan niyo na
trabaho.
yun sa akin. Kulayan natin.
Correct. Okay, and that is our episode for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are at the Q Studios Makati, and this episode would not have been possible without their help. If you are a content creator or just need a space to ideate and create, head on over to their studio here in Makati. You can check them out at theq.ph or find them on Facebook and Instagram at the Q Studios Makati. Yay! Woohoo! And that is our episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and interacting with us. If you have thoughts or comments about the show or about the East Palace, please write it down below at the comment section. We would love to know what you guys think. So this has been super fun. Share this episode with your friends. We are on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And see you on our next episode. Thank you. You're the best. Gumawa. Chego yan. Saranghe.
I remember na, it's called The Grim Elder.